You don't need to be in your 70s to be emotionally mature or wise. Some people can be well into their adult life, yet they lack the maturity of some of their younger counterparts. So how can you tell if someone is really mature and wise? Here are 7 signs someone is truly mature. Number 1, their choices are based off their character instead of their feelings. Do you let your emotions get the best of you? Does this often result in poor decisions? Those who are emotionally mature base most of their choices on their character as opposed to their feelings. They take time to assess the situation and evaluate. They have a set of values they live by, and it's these values that take the lead rather than a sudden negative emotion. It's their character that ends up controlling their emotions. They simply need to remember who they are and what they stand for to calm down any biased feelings that can contribute to poor decision-making. Number 2, they are patient. Patience is a virtue. While it certainly is for the wise. If you're mature, you realize that large goals often take a good amount of time and effort to achieve. Those who are mature will work hard to get what they want, but they also understand that they can't get it done at the drop of a hat. Good things often take time, and because of their patience, they often realize that everyone else has their own troubles and conflicts to deal with as well. This leads to them being patient with others as well. Number 3, they keep long-term commitments and promises. A promise is a promise, and it'd be wise to see through with the promises you make. When a mature person makes a commitment, they keep it. When feelings of motivation are no longer present, they don't let that stop them. They push through any feelings of frustration or boredom because they know the reward awaits at the finish line. Gratification comes later, but it's well worth it to them. Number 4, they actively listen more and talk less. People value those who actively listen in a conversation. Those who engage back with them and respond with thoughtful ideas and add value to the conversation. They don't just focus on what their response will be and when they'll get a chance to share it. Instead, they take into account the other individual's points and use them to give a thoughtful response. This makes for much more interesting discussions that lead to understanding each other's opinions. Mature individuals also realize that there's a lot to learn from others. Choosing to observe others and listen to what they have to say gives them a greater opportunity to learn from them, determine their view, and then give a thoughtful response. Number 5, they don't need attention and possess a sense of humility. Mature people are humble and don't often seek attention to themselves. They realize that they've learned from others and can learn more from them as well. They don't put themselves above others simply because they've succeeded. They instead treat everyone with kindness and openness. A mature person can still be confident and proud of their achievements, but they don't need praise from others to be happy with themselves. Being proud of themselves is enough. Number 6, they're open-minded. Time to open your mind. If you're mature, you're often open-minded and respectful of contrasting opinions. Those who are mature realize they shouldn't judge others and that each individual has different circumstances. There are different struggles each of us go through, different experiences that lead us to our views. Mature individuals realize this. They also realize there's a lot to learn in life, so it's best to keep an open mind. As wise as they may be, they don't have all the answers. And number 7, they're self-aware and know when to hold themselves accountable. Self-awareness is key in emotional maturity. A wise person knows that they need to step back from any heated situation and assess their feelings. They realize each action has a consequence. Knowing this, they don't just think about the consequences for themselves, but for others too. Their words have weight. Their decisions can lead down so many different paths. Being aware of this prevents them from making poor choices. When they do make a bad decision, they have enough self-awareness and humility to admit they're wrong. They hold themselves accountable, adjust their behaviors, and take responsibility for their actions. It's the mature thing to do. So how mature do you think you are? Do you think before you act? Are you patient? How many promises do you keep? Feel free to show your self-awareness and take a bit of accountability in the comments down below. It's the wise thing to do, and we're here to listen.